I think this comment was important to address. This person says it's crazy that black men and black women are literally competing to prove that white people like them. Are you guys, excuse me, are you guys not embarrassed by the whole thing? And just to answer that question, black women are not competing to see if anybody likes us. Black women, we stand alone. Okay, so we really don't give a fuck if other nationalities like us or not, because we like us. So I want to get that point across. However, black men, on the other hand, they feel validated by being able to get foreign vaginas. So, and when they have access to foreign vaginas and non-black women, they believe that that is a boost in their status if they're able to sleep with non-black women. So there's a lot of self-hate that goes on in the African American black community in the US with these black men. Case in point, they always talk about how unattractive they think we are, but they look exactly like us because their mothers look like us. So for them to constantly get on public platforms complaining about black women and just talking about how horrible of a people we are, but yet you don't see any other race of men doing that. Like, they really believe that they are one-upping us because they wasn't at the bare minimum bottom on that dating app. And the only reason they wasn't is because black women were looking for them. No other race of women were looking for them. But because outside of the home, black men have zero power and zero resources in the United States. However, they're still men. And what do we know about men? We know that men love power and men love status. And since the black man does not have any of that in the US, in order for them to feel powerful, they feel the need to beat up on the only people who are one step below them because we are women. Now, the one thing that black men do have over black women is male privilege. So that simply means that black women, we have to deal with racism as well as sexism within the black community because black men have male privilege. I'm actually going to be doing a video on how black men are the white people of the black community. Because every time black women approach black men and let them know how their behaviors and what they're doing is hurting us, they deny that it even exists. Not only do they deny that it exists, they are dismissive of it, or they'll say, well, not all men. Now, if you look at how they respond to racism and how they want white people to care about racism and police brutality and the things that happen to them as black men, they want everybody to care about that. And you will see them constantly using systemic racism as an excuse that's holding them down, that kicked them at the house, that did this to them, that did that to them. So American black men have placed themselves in the realm of perpetual victimhood. And the only way that they can feel power is by harassing, beating up on, berating, and publicly shaming black women. The reason they're doing it is because black women, even though we face racism and sexism, we have still found ways to open businesses. We've still found ways to complete college. We've still found ways to earn an income to support our families. And contrary to popular belief, most of us are not on welfare. And for those of us who are getting child support, most of us aren't even getting child support. And those of us who are, child support is only like $286 a month, if that. And most of the time, the guys ain't even paying it. So just because a woman is on child support doesn't mean she's getting child support. So to further answer your question and to wrap all of this up, black women are not competing with black men. We're not in competition to see if white people like us. We are not in competition with them. We are not even at war with them. We are simply defending ourselves against the allegations that they are making against us and screaming to the world that we're horrible, shitty people and we can't raise kids. We're all overweight. We all wear weave, despite the fact that I'm literally sitting here with my real hair. So they spread all these fucking lies about us, and they will not stop talking shit about us for whatever reason. There's literally nothing for them to gain by constantly shitting on black women on a public forum. So people like me have decided that enough is enough. And since they want to put all of our dirty laundry out in the public for everybody to fucking see it, as if they don't have dirty laundry, as if they're not the number one arrested, number one drug use, number one homeless, number one filling up nursing homes, number one health issues, number one committing crimes against their own people, number one paying for abortions, number one begging women to get abortions, number one abandoning their kids if the woman doesn't, even though they come dead last across the board in every single category in comparison to other men. They want to pick on black women because it makes them feel powerful. It is the only way that black men in America can feel powerful is by shitting on and berating black women, because we're the only demographic that is beneath them. Because black people in general in this country is not looked at as cream of the crop. And black women, because we're women, again, they have male privilege. We don't as women. So we got to deal with sexism and racism. They only have to deal with racism. So they berate us and floss their male privilege on this app to try to make us look bad, because they don't want people to know that it's possible to overcome racism and sexism because black women are doing it. And because they don't want us to look better than them, they do everything in their power to try and make us look like horrible people, which I commend the non-black women, the other black men who are not like that, and the non-black men who have started to make videos sticking up for us and telling these bastards enough is enough. Stop down talking and berating your own women. Even people who don't even have a dog in this fight is getting sick of it, because it is disgusting behavior and it has went unchecked for the longest. They say that we have been bullying them for the last 60 years, but the stats show differently. Okay? The second they got out of slavery, they started protesting in court to be able to marry white women. But they'll say that black women kicked them out the house when they fucking left. Secondly, they say black women dumped them and turned their backs on them because of the white feminist movement. But what they won't tell you is that the domestic violence rate in the black household was through the roof. The molestation rate in the black household was through the roof. The Black Panther Party literally crumbled because black men were raping and molesting and disrespecting black women within the Black Panther Party. Same thing with the civil rights movement. They disrespected black women who were fighting alongside them in the civil rights movement. But they'll say that black women turned their backs on the black family for feminism. We were pushed there because they have never respected us and they have never seen us as human. They have always abused black women for as long as we have been over in this fucking country. And we're speaking up about it, and that's why they're mad. That's why they're getting their passports, because they're being exposed. And guess what? Now more of those Filipino women are starting to make videos because they got the same fucking man that we got. So that answers your question, ma'am.